Welcome back, everyone, to Light Off Fiends podcast. This is episode 38.
Yes, sir.
And today, Biggest Gamer,
Adamar.
we'll be talking about Keyboard Immortal and Beyond the Timescape. Oh,
It's a good week.
we already exposed last week. We read Beyond the Timescape. That doesn't change the fact that it was still amazing.
Oh, wait, your mic.
Oh, no, it's working.
Then is mine working?
Yeah, both of them right there.
Oh, I wasn't making a sound. Never mind. All right, keep it going.
Okay. Yeah, but this changes the fact that 52. I mean, the whole reason we read all the way through because it was good.
It was banging.
Banging the whole way through. But before we get to Beyond the Timescape, Keyboard Immortal, we're gonna air out grievances because, basically when we stopped off, we were like, all right, we're gonna get to the action straight away, and we're gonna be clapping some Earth Immortal cheeks.
Facts. That's all we were looking forward to.
Took way too long for that.
Way too long. We stopped, guys. They just entered the secret dungeon. This secret dungeon is the one that the peak of the 7 disciples of the 7 righteous sects disciples were already in the secret dungeon. And then we find out that we get sucked into the secret dungeon. Everybody who was like at the top of the righteous sunset peak. And we hear about this.
Is that the name? Oh yeah, Righteous Sunset Violet Peak.
The Violet Peak, yeah. And so we find out that there's this immortal tomb. So we end up last chapter or the last couple chapters before we started. There's an immortal tomb that everybody's going towards, and so we all know like that's the showdown. That's where there's fighting happening. It took 35 chapters to get to the immortal tomb from once we started, and there was a couple chapters before that. They were pretty good. The like Zuan adventures with Jing Tang and Q Hong Li. And the fourth guy who I can't remember his name. I think it's Wang or Wang.
It was Wang.
Wang.
Yeah. Actually, that's a complete mystery.
Yeah, he is a little mystery at the end.
Yeah, but we'll talk about that.
Yeah.
But they were formatting it.
That was interesting. And then when they cut them off, everybody else was just like so boring. Because it was all about like finding Zuan. And I think they could have, guys, they took 35 chapters to do it. And I think there was some important parts in there. But I think besides like the 5 chapters that we're gonna get into with Young Jianye, the Devil Sect Master, and Ji Daoyun, the Talisman girl from the state teacher.
I think
not the state teacher. She's a rune person.
The rune teacher.
And she's like the disciple of the first or second.
Yeah.
The disciple of the Libationer.
The first one?
Yeah. So the first disciple of the Libationer, she's his disciple. They're like finding the divine sect masters, divine firmament sect masters like ruins. That was important. That was big. We can talk about that. But the other like 25 chapters were like so much fluff, bro.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was just funny. Just the Chu-Chu-Yan fighting the bandits.
Yeah.
That was like, okay.
Yeah.
Pei Mao came in. Basically, Chu-Chu-Yan was heading to the tomb.
Mm-hmm.
She found some bandits who were looking for Zuan because Zuan, he got put on the most wanted poster by the Ghost King after he killed 2 of the generals.
Yep.
Which happened in this. Wait, did it happen before?
Yeah, no, that happened in this. He killed like Hidden Dragon and something Phoenix.
Oh yeah.
Something Phoenix. They got murked.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, they found Zuan's group. They kidnapped them. Zuan killed them.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much what happened. Like,
yeah.
It was nothing special. It was funny.
It was funny, yeah.
It was funny. And then his
experience bar grew, level 71 from 69.
And then Ghost King was like, he issued a bounty to the Adventure Guild.
Mm-hmm.
That was like, everyone across the world was like hunting him down.
Mm-hmm.
So when Chu-Chu ran into these bandits looking for them, she saw the poster. She thought if she followed them, she'd find Zuan.
Mm-hmm.
But then these guys were stronger than she thought. They fought some random prince that saw Chu-Chu-Yan, wanted to like play the hero to save the mistress.
That was hilarious, bro.
They all got murked. It was so funny reading that.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, it was like not important, but it was funny. So this part wasn't too bad.
Yeah, that one wasn't too bad.
And then Pei Mao came in the clutch at the end
with that night owl thing. That night owl was like pretty OP.
Yeah, and then they were killing them all, but then the leader of the bandits summoned the Ghost King, who hit them with Eternal Slumber.
Yep.
And then this is where a super interesting part that came out of nowhere.
Very true.
So they tumble into a cave where they meet the wife of Immortal Bapu.
If that's not plot armor, I don't know what is.
Exactly. And she gives them this crazy technique called, what's it called?
Kiss of the Goddess.
Yeah, basically, she gave them the technique, so it's like, oh, it wakes. It's like Sleeping Beauty. Kiss the Sleeping Beauty to heal her. So like they're falling asleep, so they had to kiss each other to get rid of the curse.
Yeah, because they got hit by, you said eternal slumber by the Ghost King. Yeah.
And it puts them to sleep, and then you slowly rot away and die.
Yeah.
So it was, and then obviously they described the whole scene. So
it's very much detail.
So basically, they gave us a lesbian scene.
Yeah, all right full here. Like half chapter lesbian scene.
Yeah.
They went into it, like their whole emotions during the kiss, like going like the fight that was happening inside the kiss, their mentals and everything.
I was like, this is crazy.
This is so detailed, bro.
Yeah, he enjoyed writing that part.
He did.
But yeah. And then they went to go to the tomb. And then after that, so other than the other stuff that happened,
Ji Daoyun and Young Johnny, they went with the Wayne clan. We kind of find out they're basically a big part of the Divine Firmament sect. Divine Firmament sect master was lost. They thought he died in tribulation, so they find it. The Wayne clan found his remains. They go on an expedition to find him. In return, the Wayne elder would find Zuan for Young Johnny and Ji Daoyun. They find the Divine Firmament sect master, but he ends up. First, the Wayne clan is ruthless. He just throws like 95% of his clan into Thunder for mincemeat.
Yeah, it's the reason he did that was because it lessens the amount of Thunder for a certain period of time.
But still, bro.
But yeah, well, obviously, yeah, he's crazy or he's ruthless.
Yeah,
he was just like, yeah.
I think you gotta be a little crazy for that too.
Yeah.
And then they go in. They awaken the Divine Firmament sect guy.
Yeah, what he thought he was dead, so he wanted his
remains.
He's like his badge, or whatever. But then they found out, oh, he's actually alive because his son. He tried to throw Ji Daoyun.
Yeah.
Or no, Ji Daoyun went to go grab it because no one knew it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But then it got switched for his son. His son grabbed it, and then he absorbed his son's like
blood essence and stuff.
And then he revived himself.
Yep.
And then we got another Earth Immortal.
He was given like, I thought he was gonna be important.
He was like
Sammy.
So
Sammy.
Earth Immortals were getting pop.
They were getting chopped down. So that crew goes to the Immortal region. Chuchuyan and her squad go to the Immortal region. Zuan goes to the Immortal region. He actually gets there a little. He's actually not making his way directly there first. He was trying to find the remains of Jing Tang, which is the Vine Fiend.
Yep, so they go to her house. Oh, they also dropped off the ghost girl.
Oh, yeah. That was actually cute. But
yeah, it's a nice little, sad scene. They dropped her off. They found her mom, her dad already passed away, and then she went away.
Yeah, that was sad. Also, they had a little note about the 996 crew in China. And it's like, I didn't know that was a thing. 9 a.m. to 9 p.m., 6 days a week, 996. I'm like, that sounds dreadful. 9 to 9, 6 days a week?
Yeah.
Whew, I'm running across the border, bro. I couldn't handle that. I could barely do my fucking 8 to 4. Jesus. But, all right, we get to the Immortal region. And then, before that, we get to the...
Do we get to Jing Tang's place?
Yes.
We meet Zhang Ao and Yan Julian.
Zhang Ao is the Adventure Guild Master.
Yes.
Earth Immortal.
And they meet. Jing Tang responds that he had betrayed her in the past. He became an Earth Immortal at
seizing her gold core.
Yeah. And obviously she hates him. She uses Zuan. She's like, he's my man.
Yeah.
Pretending.
Yeah.
Which gets him mad, obviously. Yeah. Then he leaves. Yan Julian's like, I'm gonna go figure out who put the bounty on you. Yeah. And then they find out that her body isn't there. But she's like, yeah, I know it's not there.
It's fine.
And throughout this entire time, after that, because after that, everyone's like, she's speaking in riddles, kind of. but she said like the further, or once they get to the tomb, she's like, the more I get to the tomb, the more memories I get back. She admitted she was like, when um she split off, she said she lost a lot of her memories.
Yeah.
And she said she was slowly remembering them as they went through the immortal tomb.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, it was crazy when I found out that the mortal tomb was so crazy that Bapu was like, he didn't even want to.
Yeah.
He sealed a lot of things away, but there's some things even he didn't want to face.
And he ascended.
Yep.
He's a true immortal.
We also found out he didn't make it. That was another big thing because everyone thought he made it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, no, he found it.
Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the immortal tomb. Yeah.
And he was still dreadful one side, and we were right.
It's not his immortal tomb.
Yeah.
It's just
his remains are in the immortal tomb. That's it. But
Oh, we also right before we enter the immortal tomb, we find out that Zalhan is there.
Yep.
We see him, or no, we know he's there, but the main characters assume he's there. So they're like, we're gonna give him a couple minutes.
Yeah, they feel his energy.
Yeah, they're like, he can go first. We'll walk in a little later. They walk in. Zalhan's like, how old do you think I am, bro? I knew you was coming. He's waiting in ambush for them.
It was hilarious when he pulled up, because I was dying because they had waited back. They're like, all right, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna let them be the cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And then they were going through the dungeon after killing some monsters, and Zal pulls up. He's like, I knew you'd be behind us. I was like, how'd you know that? He was like, you think I'm dumb?
Yeah.
He was like, knowing you guys, after seeing all the cannon fodder going in first, I knew you guys would be the type to wait, let us do all the work while you reap all the benefits.
Yeah.
And he was like, I was going to wait for you here because I know you'll show up.
I'm not gonna lie, Zalhan was playing his like intelligence card hard this like chapters.
Honestly, it give me a whole new level of respect for him, because I was like, he was the only person to figure out Zuan the whole time. It was crazy because you did all this the whole time you're fighting with him, but before that you didn't see through him at all. I guess it made sense because he didn't see his true face until now. So once he did, he was able to just make a bunch of inferences.
I think it was like a wow moment because he had his big thing. Remember, was that Zuan took the cultivation of Old Master Mi.
Yeah.
Which was like chapter like 50 or something. Not chapter 50. Maybe like it was before chapter 300 for sure. Because I know he left Bright Moon City at chapter 400. So Zuan takes the cultivation of that old guy who's trying to kill him, and he becomes 9th rank. And
seventh rank.
7th rank. Yeah, 7th rank. And then he slowly rises to 9th rank. And the Zalhan was scared because he was a little like, why is he growing so quickly? He's already at the 9th rank after like a couple meetings, and he goes on a couple missions. And Zalhan's like, and then Zuan's like, oh, it's because like I sucked in old me's like cultivation.
No, I think he still said 7th rank there. I don't think he ever knew he ever got past 7th rank.
I feel like he did because he was like, he did something. Maybe it was 7. Maybe it was 9. I don't remember. But basically,
yeah,
Zalhan was like, he has a irreparable like foundation. Like this is his peak. He won't grow. So even though he's strong, he's not strong enough. So he's good like that. He can be like my pawn. And so, but then once he found, like during this King Key battle last time we were talking, he found out like how strong. He didn't find out how strong Zuan was, but he could tell that he had been growing silently.
Yeah, and then in this conversation, he was able to confirm it when Zuan sent that sword strike. He's like, but Zuan was like, we can work together. He's like, no, if we work any longer, you're too strong. You grow too fast.
Yeah.
You'll be a threat to me. So he tried to kill him, but then Jing Tang saves him by saying, I know the tomb. So if we work together, we can do something. And
I don't even think she did that. I think Zuan threw her out. Remember?
Oh yeah, Zuan exposed her stuff.
I was surprised by that.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah.
And then Jing Tang went along with it. She was like mad at first, but then when Xiao Han tried to grab her through the sword strike, got hit,
saved her,
barely able to repel it. I don't know why they did that whole thing. Oh, wait, was the reason they did all that because of Wang? Or no, I can't remember why.
So Zuan's group entered the tomb. They fought like the Death Reaper monster. They killed the Death Reaper monster, and then they were just exploring the tomb. And Zalhan was just in wait for them.
Yeah, but I'm still confused why he exposed Jing Tang at all.
Oh, he exposed Jing Tang because Zalhan was there, and he needed I think he really just needed some time to make a plan, to be honest, because he knew the Ghost King was around, and he was like, I need Zalhan to like fight the Ghost King, and like.
Oh, you're right.
Oh, and the Ghost King is like stronger than Zalhan,
Yeah.
so he wasn't sure if he was stronger, but he had like some trepidation.
It was a bad matchup. So,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know, I remember now.
Yeah.
So even though he revealed all that, he had known in the back of his mind that Wang was not who he was.
Yes.
So that's why he had said he had a plan.
Mm-hmm.
He sent out Jing Tang, saved her, got hit, survived the hit, then sent out Wang, and he was like, "Go get him!" And we ran away, and we found out he was possessed by the Ghost King the entire. No, was it the entire time?
Not the entire time.
Not the entire time, but he got possessed by the Ghost King at some point.
Yeah. And we think it was probably once they hit near the you know when it probably was? When they went to see Jing Tang's remains and Zhang Ao was there.
Oh, that's the only time, because that's the only time they had a meeting.
Yeah, because we find out some crazy stuff later, guys. And yeah, and then the Ghost King shows. Also, guys, the Wang guy that we're talking about is not the Wang Elder from Young Jonye's group.
Yeah,
two different Wangs.
He's the guy from Bright Moon City
Yeah.
that first met Zhaohan,
Mm-hmm.
Zuan, and he was the information guy.
Yeah.
And he basically said, "What kind of woman do you like?"
Yeah, he was funny.
He was that guy.
He was hilarious.
Yeah. He's like, "I have all the beauties in this book right here." I was like, "You're a funny guy." But yeah.
So then we got Ghost King versus Zalhan, part 1.
Mm-hmm.
They battled it out, and I'm not gonna lie, Zalhan got kind of wrecked.
He did, because we find out the Ghost King, basically using your soul against him, your primordial soul, he can slurp
Suck
that
you
bad
up.
boy out.
And then he's
Pause.
invulnerable. He's invulnerable to like physical damage.
Yeah.
Which was like insane. And so like there was like no weakness. You can't physically harm him, and you can't use your soul body because his soul body will just suck you up.
Mm-hmm.
And then like also we found out here that Ghost King is not a him, he's a they. So they,
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they said he's genderless.
Genderless, yeah.
They are genderless.
Yeah. It was funny because the Ghost King or Zuan was like about to attack the Ghost King, and Zuan was like, hold up, what am I attacking? And then like the Ghost King, I forget what he said. What did he say? But the Ghost King responded like, "What do you think I am? I'm not a man. I'm not a man."
Okay, so what that happened when when he was fighting the Ghost King,
Yeah.
he was gonna use Iku Iku.
Yeah.
And he was like, "You're a virgin?" And he was like, "Yeah, I've never been with
I've never been with or wait, you're a virgin, you've never been with somebody, and he's like,
oh no, I think he said, "You're a virgin, you've never been with a woman?"
Yeah.
And he was like, "What made you think I
I'm a
was
man."
a man?"
Yeah.
He was like, "You're a woman?" And he was like, "I'm not a woman either." And then we found out the Ghost King's genderless.
Yeah, that was funny, bro. That was actually really funny.
I was laughing too because he said like, "You're a virgin." I was like, "Yo, what?"
There's a random moments in this like 80 chapters that are like, how did this even get put into this situation? Ghost King Zalhan fight. While they're fighting, Zuan and his crew, they escape. They find like a little hidden mechanism, and they find like this lava place. And somehow, some way, I don't know how, Zalhan like followed them.
No, so what happened? They run away?
They ran away.
Oh yeah, he ran away after what?
After he was fighting Ghost King, and he was
but what happened? How did he get away? I can't remember.
So Ghost King and Alhan were fighting, and Zuan was just like, "Peace, like we're just running away."
No, but I'm talking about Zhaohan.
So that's why I don't remember. I don't remember. I think he was just fighting the Ghost King.
And I think, oh, you're right. He just teleported away.
Yeah, he just teleported away, and then all of a sudden, Zuan was like, "Oh, the Zalhan was getting beaten by the Ghost King like it's his granddaddy." And then Zalhan is like, "Who are you talking about?"
Yeah, he pulled up and I was like, "I was talking about the Ghost King. Only you could be his granddaddy." And I was like, "Yeah, no way."
It was so funny. And Zalhan was taking so many shots.
They took a lot of shots at him, but yeah, they became
They became a mini squad.
yeah, he decided to work together with him. He was like, "I'll work together with you for now. You're qualified."
Yeah, Zalhan got a little scared by the Ghost King.
Yeah, he was
was
like he didn't know if he could deal with him.
Yeah,
So they made a quick
little alliance.
Yeah.
Mini alliance.
And that's when they pulled up to the lava pool.
They met Soul Earth demon? Earth Fire demon?
I think it was just an earth demon.
Earth fire demon.
Earth fire demon.
Because it has the power of earth and fire. And it was
And lava.
basically like immortal. Not immortal, but it was going to keep because Zalhan
Respawning.
one-shotted it. And it was going to keep being revived with the energy from the lava. How long would it take to destroy it? Like, forever. But it had like a core, which is the soul fire gem. Zalhan tried to get it. He gets burned up. He becomes bald. This and that. He was taking like little L's throughout this whole thing. Zuan gets the soul fire gem. They keep it going. And they find the immortal remains of immortal Baopu.
Mm-hmm.
They get in there and they're like, there ain't nothing in here, bro. Like this is empty.
Yeah. They found like Zalhan got like a furnace,
Mm-hmm.
and they got a couple pills that what Zuan took. Then they got.
All right. So
We're back. So
we're back.
Unfortunately, due to some technical negligence, this was messing with the settings.
Yep.
I forgot to recharge the camera.
It's dead.
So it's dead for now. So you'll see our lovely faces, and then a sitting image of our faces. Don't worry, we'll take good pictures.
So we're at the immortal remains. We find immortal Baopu, and it says mortal remains, not immortal. Immortal remains.
Yeah. So we find. So there's a huge. It's like a huge revelation, because we find out. One of the reasons, or the ways that people think you ascend is with flesh and the soul.
Mm.
But then they realized, oh, you don't ascend with the flesh, you just ascend with the soul. But he also kind of tried to, contentious, like he's a little.
They weren't
about
sure
that.
on it. It was like a point of contention.
But the fact remains is that he has mortal remains.
Yeah,
So maybe
Baopu.
it could be just like that shedding of the mortal skin moment, and you get a mortal body, and that's just mortal remains or something else. We're not sure exactly.
Yeah, but we do find a couple items in there, and one of them is a gate of enlightenment, and that is one of the 5 necessary items to create Meelee's body. And
Yeah,
that was pretty big because we actually had a small piece before. But it was Zuan was like, that piece would have only been big enough to create a lolly-sized image of Meelee. So now they're like be able to like, they said it's almost enough, or it was just enough to create her body.
yeah. And
So we got 3 of the 5 items. 2 more to go.
Q Hanley got like a little thing for her lamp.
Oh yeah, for the Empress Lantern imitation.
Yeah.
Made it. I think they almost kind of made it seem that it almost became as strong as the OG.
Yeah, or like different.
Yeah.
Like maybe if you put it in the OG lamp, it just becomes super strong.
That's true. Yeah.
And then they also, Zalhan was like, "What should we do to like get the thing?"
Yeah.
He was like, "Should we kowtow?" And they were like, "Huh?" They looked at him funny.
Yeah.
He said like he's heard of it before. But yeah, then they were just looking around talking.
Zan's like, we're young still. We're not gonna do any of that. If you want to do that, go ahead. That's you.
And Zalhan ends up doing it. It was so funny. And,
That was so bad, bro. Oh my god.
And then the Ghost King comes in and makes fun of him.
He's like,
because
hey.
nothing happened.
Yeah. He's like, what are you doing?
And then they start fighting.
R2.
And then he hits the Ghost King. Not a he. Sorry, they hits Zuan with Eternal Slumber, but he hits him with like a full power version.
Yep.
And so he's barely holding on.
Then it's like a 2. The alliance is still strong here. So Zalhan is fighting the Ghost King, while Zuan's squad is like trying to fight Ghost King's
generals.
Yeah, the generals, the 6 generals that are left.
And then when Zuan gets to the Eternal Slumber, it's just Q Hanley doing it.
Yeah.
Yep.
And all the generals are like mastering, because we also, I think we can safely assume now that all of the girls in the harem are mastering, except, No, I think they're all except Ji Daoyun.
No, Paimon was not master.
Well, they said like comparable to master.
Oh, is she? Oh, maybe. I'm not sure.
I don't think during the Divine during the Sunset like championship thing, I don't think she was.
I still don't think she is.
She might not be still, but like, I don't think they're gonna like show her master like breakthrough. You
Yeah.
know? So like comparable to Master, she'll become Master off screen. You know.
Yeah.
So Q Hongli is defending Zuan because he's like kind of counteracting the effects of divine slumber or eternal slumber. And right at that moment, while she's fighting out the 6 generals, she doesn't know if she's gonna be able to survive or not in protecting her man and Jing Tang. We get Chu Chuyan and Pei Man Man to the rescue.
Mm-hmm.
They actually came in clutch.
They did come in clutch. They wiped them all out.
Bro, they said basically. Oh, an important part too in this was that Zuan was kept saying like, "What you looking at?"
No, yeah. So he's using those skills
Yeah.
to like help Q Hongli.
Yeah. So the point of that skill is if you hear it, you have to like say it back to him, "I'm looking at you, shithead." And so what the Ghost Kings said, they said, "Close your ears, like pop, like so you can't hear anything."
Your senses.
Yeah. And so the 6 generals did it. So then when Chu Chuya and Pei Man Man showed up behind them, they just like instantly slaughtered them.
Yeah, no chance.
Yeah, and then they had to do, I call it the double penetration kiss. They had to both kiss Zuan at the same time.
And Q Hongli was so bad.
Cause first they took turns. Chu Chuyan went first, and then she was like, "Oh, I didn't get enough of it. Man, man, come over here." Man, man comes over. She does it, and she's like, "I don't think it's gonna be enough either." And so then they have to DP this man and both kiss him. And I didn't even know how that image would look like.
I mean, neither.
Like, they were saying they were both doing that at the same time. And I was like,
how big is Zuan's mouth?
Yeah, I know he's like a lot taller than these women, but his lips can't be that big. And I'm like, I don't know what was happening, but. And the way they made it seem, it wasn't like they were both just pecking him.
Yeah.
They were like, first of all, they talked about Frenching way too much in these 80 chapters.
Yeah.
Like, oh, they're using time.
It was like a kissing arc.
Yeah, it really was a kissing arc. It was a harem arc, bro.
Oh, it was 100%. Because Hongli, Manglan, Chuchuyan, even Yin Janye and Yang Shujian, they got a couple kisses.
Yeah, everybody got kisses. And so then the Ghost King's generals were wrecked. They saved Zuan, and then they started fighting again. But actually no, right before they started fighting, the immortal goddess Baopu sent Chu Chuyan and Pei Man Man with a mission.
Oh, Immortal Baopu's wife.
Yeah, Immortal Baopu's wife. They gave them a mission because she was supposed to actually show up to the tomb and like have one last moment with the immortal Baopu. Mm-hmm. But as his wife, she saved Pei Man Man and Chu Chuyan, and her like soul evaporated. But she was like, "Do one last thing for me before to pass on my will to him." And so they're like, "Okay." And the mission was they both had to slap him. And so they go up to his remains and pop, pop.
Everyone's just shocked. They're like, "Huh?"
And then he wakes up like that. The immortal Baopu wakes up, and they're like, "What type of guy is this?" Like, is that how you wake up an immortal? You just mess him up?
Yeah, and they were like, "Yeah, excuse us. Your wife asked us to slap you." And he's like, "Oh, okay, understandable."
I deserve that.
Yeah.
He just took it, bro. It was funny. It was bad though. And then what happened after that? They got
so he ended up talking to them. Mm. He killed the Ghost King because the Ghost King tried to escape.
Yeah.
And then after he killed the Ghost King, he decided to give Chu Chuyan, Pei Man Man, and Q Hongli all some
gifts.
Goods, yeah, to help them get stronger.
He gave Chu Chuyan like some ice lotus to make her like ice arts even stronger.
He gave Pei Man Man like a fire butterfly.
Yeah.
Q Hongli like
a dance.
Oh,
that basically it's a cultivation
dance
skill.
Of the universe. Yeah. This could be like a mortal technique. Yeah. Pretty much.
So kind of he gave them all ways to like at least hit Earth Immortal.
Yeah.
Like if they cultivate those powers to the peak, like at least Earth Immortal and possibly like Ascension. So that was pretty cool. And then the Ghost King tries to run away, and Bapu's like, "You shouldn't have started that."
Yeah.
Instantly just locks him up, KOs that man. Then he dissipates. That's all he did, right? Then he dissipates, and he leaves the outer manual of the Baopu Sutra. Yeah, which Zahan promptly steals
and then runs away immediately. But Jing Tang was like,
"That's
not
fine."
worried.
Yeah, she's like, "That's fine."
So then I'm worried. And then afterwards, we got 2 more Earth Immortals on the way.
Yep.
Uh,
Zhang Ao.
and then Suon.
Yeah, Suan, the Divine Firmament Sect Master.
So they pull up. They're like, we felt immortal power, and they're like, yeah, Zhao Han stole the scripture, and Sun En was like, all right, bet I'm gonna go get it.
Yeah.
And then Zhang Gao stayed though.
Yeah.
And so when Sun En went to chase, he realized something was wrong because he's like, Zhang Gao, he's here because he wants the moral scripture. Why is he not coming with me?
Yeah.
So he comes back. He's like, something's always been off about you. Back then, when you and I were plotting to deal with Jing Tang, somehow I ended up
taking the brunt, yeah.
While you became an Earth Immortal.
And he, it seems like before Zhang Ao was like a regular mortal.
Yeah, he was.
So like how he got that big jump in power is like, well, what the hell happened?
Yeah, and you ended up devouring Jing Tang's core, but we're still kind of like, it doesn't make sense why you're an Earth Immortal. And if you're here trying to be with Jing Tang, you clearly think she has the Baopu Immortal Sutra, the inner manual.
Yep.
And he exposed it. He was like, you told me that there was an inner and outer, and
the outer is just like a bunch of stuff about like
governing a nation.
Yeah, like just how to be a good emperor.
Immortal Baopu wanted to change the world from the strong preying the weak. It's just too brutal.
Yep.
And so he passed it on as the outer, but he was like, nah, the inner one belongs to, or is Jing Ten has it.
Yeah.
Like she must have it because she's too close to Immortal Baopu. And everyone has to start realizing that because they're like, the way he treated her was like a daughter. They're like, everything like she kept saying like didn't add up. They're like, you're too close to him.
There's no way you're like a random like vine
that came out of nowhere.
Like imagine a random piece of grass like created enlightenment. Yes, you're gonna like maybe think fondly of her, but you're not gonna do all these things for her.
Yeah,
like there was something fishy. And then we got the Suan versus Zhang Ao, and Suan kind of wrecked this man.
Yeah, it was super anticlimactic.
Yeah,
we were just like
one shot.
That's why we were so skeptical.
Yeah,
we were like, what's going on here? Because he had killed him, checked his body, he's like, he's dead. And
then they proceeded to fight Suan versus Duan. And it was actually funny because when Suan shows up, he shows up with Yang Jianye and Ji Daoyun. So now we got Ji Daoyun, Yang Jianye, Chu Chuyan, Pei Man Man, Q Hongli, and Jing Tang. That's 6. 6 hammer.
Yep. And then Yang Juyan comes. She came with the Libationer.
Yes, but she wasn't here.
Yep. No, but she ends up joining the fight.
Oh, yeah.
Because the Libationer goes to fight Zhao Han after Zhao Han realizes that the Baopu Sutra, like, it's not an immortal technique.
Oh, the Libationer ambushes him.
Yep.
Yeah, ambushes Zhao Han. That was pretty cool. The Libationer and him have another 1v1. And Yang Juyan comes back. And, like, while Suan and Suan are fighting, she shows up and she's like, Zhang Ao is the Ghost King. And like, and then right there, the Zhang Ao all of a sudden comes up and first of all, Zuan hits Suan with a big ability with one drop.
One drop of essence.
Yeah, the drop of essence.
Using the dragon vein from the Mortal Tomb.
Yep, and he like almost kills Suan. But like he was not almost killed. I think he injured him. Yeah. And Suan was still going, and all of a sudden, boom! Zhang Ao takes that second. He revives, crushes Suan's heart, and kills him, and pops out to be the Ghost King. And we found out that Zhang Ao was corrupted by the Ghost King.
Yeah, a long time ago. But he's always been there.
That is what makes sense about his cultivation. And also makes sense about why he
wants to devour that gold core.
Yeah, and also why the Adventurers Guild posted that bounty so quickly. Because Yang Jujian was like, hey, like, how did that bounty get posted so quickly? Yeah. And the rewards are so crazy. It didn't make any sense. And then Jing Tang, like, seeing this is all happening, was like, damn, I know he's going to, like, come after me. And she escapes into the deeper part of the dungeon, which was... I didn't even know it was there. They went boom.
Yeah, so
part 2.
The deeper part of the dungeon is through Immortal Baopu's corpse, which makes sense because I think that's the way of like keeping it Like
hidden.
no one's there going
Yeah.
there. And then
Ghost King follows.
then Zuan follows, and then it's sealed up.
Yep. And Zuan gets there. And there's just a bunch of monsters locked up. So
Earth Immortal monsters.
and they keep talking about it like a bunch of times that like Immortal Balpool before he ascended, like all these monsters, like he couldn't handle them. He like sealed them. He sealed them there or he sealed some of them there. Not all of the monsters were sealed by him, but some of them in there were sealed by him because he couldn't kill them. And then so he and then Zuan meets this Golden Mountain Matuo, and it's basically it's this nice monk guy who's like, let me pass my legacy to you. And Zuan's like, sorry, I got somewhere to be. And then he's like, here, no, wait. Let me help you, because there was like a big pool of lava in between them. And Zuan's like, oh, because Zuan was acting like he couldn't cross the lava. It was too hot. And the Golden Mountain Matul guy, who we know as like the old monk, was like, here, I'll send you my alms bowl to help you cross safely. And Zuan's like, okay. And then he just takes the bowl and runs.
Yeah.
And then the monk tries to get it back, and he pops his Valkyrie. Swip, swip, snip, snip.
Yep. And it doesn't make... That part didn't make sense to me.
So...
Because didn't they reemerge and she became her original self again? So why did she come out as like... Still like a puppet like Valkyrie, even though she still has some of her intelligence?
I think she got more intelligence than before, but I think because, for example, I think she has much more sentience than the Fox girl.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's the difference. Is the Fox girl kind of shows up and she's just like besides like certain things that Zuan can't do, like touch her basically. Other than that, she'll do anything. But the girl who like snips the connections of or oaths and stuff, she has more like sentience. Like she can ask for things in return to Zuan. Like I don't think he can force her to do anything.
Yeah.
She has to like want to do it. So that's the difference. And she has this like special ability that can like cut the connection of things or sever like.
Yeah. But it still didn't make sense because we saw her original soul. We saw like the way she was talking and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why I was like, what happened to all that, you know?
The keyboard ability might just be like restricting her somehow.
It could be because they're no longer in the tomb.
Yeah.
In that old dungeon, maybe that makes sense.
And so we rob Golden Mountain Matuo, and we end up finding Jingtang, and Jingtang takes Zuan through the dungeon, and
it's super mysterious, and we clearly
crazy mysterious.
She's like, oh yeah, here's this Earth Immortal, here's that Earth Immortal.
All
she names her
Earth Immortal
crazy abilities,
monsters.
and we're just like, Zuan just like his hair standing on end.
Yeah.
Because he's like, any one of these guys could just be like, one shot me.
Like they were saying repeatedly that all of these people were like stronger than the Ghost King.
Yeah.
Like how was it that like
she was like, the Ghost King's nothing compared to any of these guys.
Yeah.
That's why Zuan was like, huh?
And we even found there was even a monster so crazy that with a single look, like if Zuan even looked at it one time, he would instantly die. Even by knowing the name of this monster, he would instantly die. He couldn't even know the name. That's crazy to me, bro. That's like, it shouldn't even be on the mortal world. Because if an Earth Immortal is like peak in the immortal world, and after that you ascend, then obviously this monster must be like at ascension level.
Yeah.
Like it's like a true immortal level at least. And then even then it shouldn't be that crazy. Because like, it's probably a level beyond that. Because like, I don't think these immortal people, like he's talked to like immortals sort of in like the last arc.
Yeah, he did actually.
So like, that thing must be stronger than even true immortals. And I don't know, we don't know how it got locked in there, but it got locked in there.
Yeah. So we're going slowly deeper and deeper, and Jingtang's slowly like telling us like, yeah, we're in this dungeon.
Yeah.
Also, at this point, Jingtang and Zuan have become a thing.
Yeah, they've been kissing.
Yeah, Jingtang, like, she realized her feelings for Zuan. She said like he was like, because she had probably had a prophecy that she had a destined person, and obviously for her, she feels like that was Zuan because the way she felt was a lot different with him than she felt with Zhang Ao. So they're pretty much together. They're going down everything. She reveals the real situation is that the seal on the tomb is weakening, and when we get to the final room,
we found out.
you see the talisman
Yep.
surrounded by sea of stars.
Mm-hmm.
Pressure so great. And then afterwards, do they do it to relieve the pressure?
So yeah, so basically to get to the talisman in the middle, Jing Tang has to kiss Zuan to help him with the pressure. But finally he's like, "Oh, like the pressure's getting too great, like we can't continue." And she's like, "Oh, don't worry about it. I have a method." And they have to like do it. So like and he gets the like essence of Jing Tang and he's allowed to not be hurt by the formation anymore. And they like reach the talisman after like they're doing it, and they see that the talisman is like broken almost beyond. It's like looking beyond repair, and it's about to crumble.
Yep.
And when it crumbles, all the monsters that they just been explaining for like 5 chapters that can like end the world will be released.
Yep. And then right after that comes the Ghost King.
Yep.
And then a shocking revelation.
Shocking.
Happened. The Ghost King sees a talisman and then like reforms into a woman that looks exactly like Jing Tang.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the black version. And come to find out, Jing Tang, white Jing Tang and black Jing Tang, because that's what they call themselves now,
Yeah.
are originally one being that came to sentience
Mm-hmm.
from the talisman. They are the talisman. They are the sentience of the talisman.
Yeah. So there's one thing I want to add on it though. I think that they got sentience from it, and Jing Tang.
No, they are the talisman, and they became.
Yeah, and they became
Like they're like the like think of it as like the talisman came to life, and they're like the spirit.
Yeah, they're like the spirit. But originally there was just one spirit, and it was Jing Tang.
Mm-hmm.
And Jing Tang was like bored of being the spirit, and she was like, "I'm gonna go like explore the world, but I'll leave some of my spirit here." So when I come, it'll like still seal the dungeon, and I won't be gone for too long, like maybe like a couple weeks or something, and then I'll come back, and then I'll do that on repeat so that the seal never like gets too weak. But her like other half of spirit that she left there got corrupted by the beasts and like that super crazy powerful thing.
Yeah, so she also wanted to leave. So now when both are gone, the seal kept weakening, and then one day they both got hurt. I think.
So
what happened again?
So I think basically, the Black Jing thing got corrupted by the Dark Lord of Mists.
Yeah.
And she got corrupted into like sinister being, and she escaped from the seal, and they created the seal to weaken. And I think right there they like lost their memories.
Oh, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously saying how, which was the Ghost King, which was Blackshington, ended up injuring her own White Zing Tang.
Yep.
Which she lost her memory, so she couldn't go back either.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, it was a crazy circle.
It was. So
because you're just like, oh, there's no reason they're always near each other because they were related. They're the same.
They were like attracted to each other because they came from the same being.
Yeah.
They're come from the same source, and if anything, they should be the same person.
Mm-hmm. So we find out like Jing Tan's like, I'm glad we're with you, but I gotta go back. I gotta repair the seal.
Mm-hmm.
We can't do anything.
Yeah.
And she keeps telling like the Ghost King, like, I hope, like, you need to come with me, or I'll say white or black Jing Tang. She's like, but she doesn't obviously want to do it. She's like, you go do it.
Yeah.
She doesn't.
And I get her point of view.
Yeah, she's like, why do I? We've been here for so long. Why do we still have to do this? Because the people who made the dungeon, no one knows where they are.
Yeah. And they sealed it, and the talisman, they said, it's been there for hundreds of thousands of years. And so it's like, she's like, why is it my responsibility to keep this here? Like, if you want to go in the seal, you go in the seal, but I'm not joining you. And so she's like, not gonna do it. And then, but Jing Tae's like, all right, then I'm gonna just enter the seal
and hope you come back one day.
Yeah, and if not, then I guess that's when like the monsters will be released. Yeah. And she was like, if anything, like Zuan, like if you ever have the power, come back and slay the monsters or something, right? And she's about to enter the talisman, and that's when like 3 of the monsters, their divine will show up. So it was kind of like their aura.
Yeah, because the seal's like half a day away from like breaking.
Yeah, so they seep out, and they start fighting Zuan and the Ghost King. But they somehow, one of those monsters is called the Demon Lord of Mists, and he was actually, I don't think it's Demon Lord, I think it's Black, what is it? It's like, is it Demon Lord of Mist?
No, I think it's Dark Lord.
Dark Lord of Mist. Dark Lord of Mist. And he was actually the reason that the Ghost King got corrupted in the beginning and like separated from Jing Tang.
Yeah, and they like distant her body, so like they were basically she basically became their puppet. And that was like her whole thing. She was like she didn't want to be that.
Yeah.
So when she found out that she was about to be a puppet, she said, "Screw it, I'm going back to the seal because if I'm gonna be a puppet, I'd rather go back to the talisman and steal you guys away."
Yeah, and then right when she's about to get there, the super strong being that we don't even know its name.
Yeah, the unspeakable being.
Yeah, he shows up, or it shows up, and like sends a clone. A clone shows up and is about to like wreck shop, but Zuan's like uses his keyboard come ability
and he destroys it.
He destroys it, sends it away, but like the rebound is obviously like his soul takes damage.
So he uses the freeloader,
which was OD.
Yeah.
But it has limits.
He only has 3.
He has 3 charges of it, and right after that,
3 charges, and the they obviously each only have a certain amount of energy.
Yeah, and Jing Tang was like, kind of didn't want to go into Seal either, because obviously she wanted to explore the world too. She was also exploring.
Zan was like, "I'm greedy," so he was like, "Keyboard, Seal, fully repair yourself."
Yeah.
And then it was so much power. He had to use 2 freeloaders.
Yep. And boom, boom, and he used all his freeloader's ability. Now he can't use it ever again.
Yeah.
Unless he pulls it again.
Nah, he's not. That's gonna be a while.
That's gonna be a while, because that's a super cheat.
It's like the perfect combination. He was like, I love the ability because he was like, the freeloaders.
Yeah.
We love to mooch.
Yeah.
Mooching. This is our Dow. The Dow mooching.
Yeah. So we got the seal was repaired. The all the monsters were sealed. Jing Tang was like on the verge of death. And Mealy was like, "Are you really gonna let her die? Like you don't know what to do?" And Swan's like, "What do you mean? I hate when he does this, bro. It's like, use your super special penis." He gets to work. He gets to work. He like, I guess like makes sure her injuries won't worsen, cause
they stabilize.
Yeah, stabilize. But they like are still pretty badly damaged from the like unspeakable being, and so they have to go like in a coffin.
Yeah,
and they're sealed away. And that's when Zuan also gets the immortal. Well, he gets the Baopu Sutra before that when he's making out when they first do it.
Yeah.
He escapes that second part of the dungeon, and he goes back to the OG to find his harem there.
Yep. And to be honest, I really thought this is where we're gonna end.
Yeah.
And I would have been like, this sucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd have been like, this was, I won't say the trash week, but I was like, this should have been a 10 out of 10 week, and you gave me 7.
Because I'm not gonna lie, the first 40 challenges, like we said, were kind of whack. And then the next,
what do you think we skipped over though? We didn't say what we mentioned 4 things.
Yeah.
We were gone.
And then like the next 35 chapters, what we just all talked about for like however long. That was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
It wasn't peak, but it was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
And then as soon as we hop out of this tunnel, Zuan escapes and they're leaving the immortal region, and they get through there. They don't ever find the Wayne guy that the ghost king
disappears. Yeah. So
that's why he's important, because usually they talked about him again. He'll come back somehow.
But it'll be interesting, hopefully.
And so
we're out.
Honestly, a quick theory. He might be like a super special being in disguise, cause I don't know, like a wayward soul or something, because like he showed up like at the beginning when Zuan was just lost in the dungeon, right?
Oh yeah.
How would if he like does that again, like in the next immortal region? And
he
just shows up, and then like Zuan's like, "What happened?" And he was like, and then he'll like click, and he'll be like, "You finally got it." So I don't know. That's a little theory I just came up with on the spot. But they escaped the immortal region, and the harem's all there. And the harem, we got to talk about it because it's large. It's large and in charge. We got Pei Man. We got Chu Chu Yang. We got Q Hong. We got Stone Cold Woman, also known as Yang Junyun. We got Young Jianye, also known as the Devil Sect Master. We have Jing Tang / Ghost King. We're going to talk about them as one entity. And is that all 6? Is there another one? And then Ji Daoyun, which is not part of the harem just yet,
but she will be.
She will be. It's too many Like, all right, so that's 7. He's rolling around with 7 earth-toppling beauties. God, that's powerful, bro. Every time somebody sees them, they're like so jelly, and it was very emphasized.
It was so funny.
And also throughout all of this, guys, we obviously can't do it justice, but there was a bunch of harem jokes and harem infighting and all this stuff. It was pretty funny.
Yeah,
I enjoyed that a lot.
Me too.
Sometimes it gets a little too much, I think, when it's like half of the chapter is harem fighting. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm like, if I was reading this day to day, I think that's why. Remember when I said I used to get like mad with the harem fighting? It's because I feel like I wasn't reading as much at a time. So like when I only have like 20 chapters or something, and then like one of the chapters is like harem fighting, I'm like, I want the juicy stuff. But like when I have more chapters and I can just enjoy each chapter, I'm like, this is a good chapter. And, like I need it, I need it.
Yeah.
But they escape the tomb, and right there they find, boom, Libationer's just got wrecked.
Mm-hmm.
He's on his deathbed.
Clapped.
Mm-hmm.
And he got clapped so badly, Xiaohan had a breakthrough. He was like, thanks for getting your ass beat by me, because now I'm breaking through to the next level.
That was crazy, bro.
I was like, you didn't even damage him?
No, he damaged them a bit, but like not substantially.
Oh yeah, you're right.
And Libationer got clapped. He was on his dying breath. And it was funny because right before this, but when he was saving Jing Tang was like, "Oh, if we were a male, would you have saved us?" And Zuan's like, I would have had to cry at your burial.
No. He said, no, I died at this line. Cause he was like, would you have saved us if we were men? He was like, I would have buried you properly.
Yeah. That's the only thing I can think of when like the Libationer was at his last breath. Because I was like, technically, Zuan can save him, but what's he gonna do? I will bury you properly.
Yeah, for real.
And I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah.
But he's that. He's like, I ain't doing nothing with no men, right?
No.
So Libationer's dying, and on his last breath, he gives Zuan the title of the Libationer. Mm-hmm. He gives him his ring of inheritance, and he's like, here, you're now the new Libationer.
And you have to go find the Grand Prince, the 4th Grand Prince that was swapped out all those years ago.
From the Ming dynasty.
And Zuan was like, that's not me, right? And he was like, I would just tell you that, you dumbass.
Yeah.
But we're just all... Admar here is like, Cap.
Big Cap. I don't know if it was the last episode or the episode before of Keyboard Immortal where I said he's the prince. And I'm taking Libationer's words and I'm throwing them right out. You can't trust everything you read in a novel, boys.
No, you can't.
So I'm taking it and I'm saying, nah. I think he's like... Because Libationer also said if you don't want to be the Libationer, you just have to find somebody suitable.
Yeah.
He's gonna go find all that information out and find out he's the guy. All right, I'm sticking to it. How about you?
I'll believe the Libationer.
Really?
Yeah.
We'll see. And then Zalhan is getting fought by the harem. I want to call him the Fairy Squad, but that's 9-star.
Yeah.
No, I can't do it. But the harem and Zuan were fighting Zalhan. They were doing a decent job, but they were gonna lose.
Yep.
And then Zuan uses a bunch of his anger abilities.
He basically uses their taunts.
Yeah, the taunts. Yeah.
And he basically tells them, he's like, "Yep, I banged the Empress. Bailey.
Yeah. Be long.
Yep." And Emperor is like, "What?" Yeah. Obviously, because it was also true.
Yeah.
He went ahead and obviously taunted him. You know what was another thing that was crazy?
What?
That I think we didn't mention. This was mentioned before. He was like, I'll drop the matter of the Hound. What's the name of the place where he met? Where he killed the Earth Emperor, the Emperor's soul.
Oh, in the tomb, in the secret region, on the Libationer's Academy.
Yeah. So he had said earlier, he's like, I always suspected you because my soul died back then.
Yeah, my split soul.
Right. I had my suspicion. He was like, "You're gonna kill me with suspicion." He's like, "Hell yeah!"
I'd rather kill 1,000 innocents
and let the wrong one get away.
Yeah,
and I was like,
ruthless, bro.
But yeah, basically, This was a moment that was bound to happen. I'm glad it finally happened. It would have sucked if it didn't happen. Yeah. I was like, I'm not waiting another 100 chapters for to finally clap Zalhan. But Zalhan, you know, they were fighting.
So Zuen took him like thousands of miles away, and he kind of 1v1s him. And he's like, let's get it on, bro. And Zuen pushed him so far that Zalhan was like, I don't know if I can beat you right now. And he undergoes his tribulation to become a true immortal.
Or just like, what's happening here?
I thought he was going to pull off like Master. Like, I thought Zalhan almost became the main character, bro. No, I'll be honest, bro, because that's main character energy. Like going through a tribulation, like
that is true.
Like what does Long Chen do? He'll like use his tribulation to destroy people, or like just any other main character. Like they'll like power up in the middle of a fight. I was like, he's gonna win. Like if he gets through this tribulation, like he is going to win. There's no way around it. And he was like running through it smoothly, because basically we found out here that
tribulation works the same way as it does every novel.
Yep.
It's like mostly deadly, but like the heavens always give you a way out. So once you baptize yourself, you become and get the origin energy, you become stronger.
But we also found out the reason he hasn't ever like ascended and became a true immortal was because the origin key in the world that they're from is lacking. There's just it's not abundant enough.
This world is much bigger. That's why I also don't like them calling it a dungeon.
Yeah, because it's like yours is a dungeon comparatively.
Yeah, you guys, they had an immortal. You didn't. That's why I think it's like just like another parallel world.
Well, I think the important part was that they said like the distinction was that Meili, Zuyan's master, was saying that like this world didn't feel complete.
Oh, that's right. Oh wait, there's another thing. You know what it is?
What?
Now that I'm thinking about it, I understand now.
What?
The book.
What about the book?
Remember the book
that helps them like in like dangerous moments?
No, not that book.
Okay.
Remember when they said the legend for the righteous sects of the what is it called? The Holy Scripture?
Yeah.
Remember when it lit up? Right when the libationer
went to enter the dungeon?
Yeah.
And that's what started the dungeon. Yeah, what about it?
Well, that clearly has a connection on why it could be incomplete. I'm saying, like, what if it, like, created, like, that pathway?
Yeah.
Back to the original world. Or if they're in the book.
Oh.
What if this is a secret dungeon, but in the past? Because remember, they were always in the past, right?
Yeah.
This could be in the past.
Like a past world?
Could be. They said it's incomplete, right?
Do you think it's like part of each of these pages is like it's carry its own like past?
The book could be the world, but the book's also incomplete. Remember?
Yeah.
So it could be the world, but the world's incomplete.
Oh.
Or it might not be the past. Maybe it's the world's in there.
Yeah.
And they entered through the book.
Ah. That's a good theory.
Because the reason I'm thinking is that think of Yu Yan though.
Yeah.
How she created her little world.
Yeah.
It could be like some similar concept, but like an immortal did it.
Yeah.
So it's like they created real life.
So it's like a crazy big like it's a grander scheme than Yu Yan Lo could even imagine.
Yeah. My theory.
That's a good theory. I like it.
Mm-hmm. But let's get back to Zalhan's
tribulation.
Mm-hmm.
So he's strong. Like let's just get Zalhan. He was getting like dogged out a lot of these chapters, but they also very much highlighted his strength and intelligence like really high key.
Oh, when they came out, Zalhan was like, "I know you have it." He was like, "Why would I have it?" Jing Ten, she got buried with it in the coffin. You know, there's nothing you could do. He was like, "Nope, I know you.
Yeah,
you definitely made her your woman, and she gave it to you." And Zalhan was like, "Crap!" Yeah. He figured it out. Yeah. And everyone was like, "Yeah, we know. Like we know how you work. Yeah. Like you made her your woman. She gave it to you. We did it all. Did the same thing. Yeah. We gave you all your stuff."
It was funny because some of them were even like the harem was thinking like, oh wait, we were his enemies too. Like a lot of them were his enemies. Like the Devil Sect Master, Yang Julian, Pei Manwan like was like an enemy from day one. Chu Yang wasn't really his enemy, but wasn't really his friend. Elf Lady
Girl.
Snow.
Snow, yeah. Yeah.
It's a lot of them. You know, there's a lot of enemies.
Be Long Long.
Be Long Long.
I won't say she's an enemy, but she wasn't a friend.
Yeah. So there's a ton of scenarios like that, and so yeah, Zalhan saw through it, and so he went through his tribulation, and Zuan couldn't do anything really, and then his Stone Cold Woman and
Sick Master
pull up, and Zuan's like, I have an idea, science versus magic today.
Yes.
And he does Dr. Faraday's law.
No. Ancestral Faraday Master. Ancestor Faraday Master.
I thought it was Master Faraday's technique or something. So basically, he uses some science ability to conduct electricity.
He creates a Faraday cage. That's what he does.
And basically, the cage is a big cage of metal that connected to the ground, so it'll attract the metal, or it'll attract the lightning, like a lightning rod. Well, not really like a lightning rod, but it'll use as a conductor.
And basically, how they ground lightning in real life, he uses a Faraday cage to ground the lightning.
Yeah. And so Zuan and his two women, they go into the tribulation, and the part of the tribulation is that if it's the more people are in it, the stronger it'll get. That's why you shouldn't interrupt somebody else's tribulation. And because they're interrupting Zalhan's tribulation, it's like the peak person's whoever the peak person in the tribulation is, it'll go to that level. And if there's more people joining that are not as strong as that person, it'll just double or triple the power based on the people.
Yeah.
So the power went times 4. And I'm not gonna lie, Zalhan was still kind of bodying.
He was.
He was gonna accomplish it. Like, he was gonna succeed.
Yeah. It was an ancestral Master Faraday.
Yeah. And Zalhan was gonna succeed with that tribulation, that's even with 4x power. Like, that's why we gotta highlight, like, he's strong. Like, the only reason he didn't ascend was because the
world was too small for him.
That is crazy. That's a crazy concept. Mm-hmm. I love that you said it like that. The world was too small for him, bro. Wow. Take it away, bro. What happens?
Man. Yes. It was the best. He took him out the best way he knew how.
Mm-hmm.
The sun slang arrow.
Whoop. We had 1 arrow left, and Zuan used it right when the last bit of tribulation was coming down to Zalhan, like the strongest and last part of the tribulation.
Yep.
And Zuan hit him with a sunsling arrow.
Yeah, because he used the last one. So he used the regular arrows as decoys. Mm-hmm. He was like, I don't got a sunsling arrow. Here you go. Pew, pew, pew. And Zalhan was like, ha.
Yeah.
And then at the last moment, Zuhan was like, bitch, I actually do got one.
Whoop.
Ding. And then Zalhan was like, okay, I can dodge it.
Yeah.
And Zuhan uses
John Doe,
which any person named John Doe can't move for 1 second.
And then the nickname card to change his name to John Doe. And so he couldn't move for a total second, and boom. Zuan murders him.
Yeah.
The Emperor has fallen. The Emperor has died. Oh, I'm so happy, bro.
Yep. And
called it.
Basically, the annoying part after this is that they're just like kind of worried. It's like the Emperor's dead, and we're just like, Zuan is level 74.
Yeah.
He calculated the Emperor was 75.
Peak 75.
You know what that means? We're the Emperor now. Look at me. I'm the Emperor now. Like, that's what he should be saying. He should be going up to everyone and be like, I'm the Emperor now.
So Zuan hit level 74. He's at Earth Immortal level. He's not peak Earth Immortal, which would be peak level 75, but he's at Earth Immortal level. Because he slays a Grandmaster with a single sword strike with no qualms, or earlier than that, or after that. And it was kind of weird because they kept talking about it. Like, all the people were like, oh, we have to like hide the damage that you killed the Emperor. You can't because Zuan takes his stuff, takes Zalhan's stuff, and like the human Emperor seal, right? That's what it's called. And everybody's like, oh, you have to hide it. And I even commented it. I was like, why do we gotta hide anything? Like, the only reason we were scared of the Empire was because of Zalhan.
Yeah, we're not scared about nobody else.
So Zalhan is now dead. Who can stop me?
Invincible at the same rank, bro.
And now...
And You're the regent of the Fiend races, bro. You got a whole army backing
I truly
you.
do not understand why they have trepidation.
Yeah.
And like, it doesn't make any sense unless there's powers in the world that they know about that they haven't talked about, and like the author hasn't told us. Other than that, he is peak power right now. Because even though he's not at peak immortal level, he definitely can kill. Like right now, Zuan as he is right now could kill Zalhan, in my opinion, like with no help, 1-on-1.
Like when Zuen goes back and people start throwing fit, sword slash.
Yeah, that's what I think he should do. I think he should kill the first 3 people who talk shit.
Yeah.
And then like people will be like, "Oh my god."
All you have to do is slay a few grandmasters, and it's up. That's what happened to the Fiend races. Let's stop on here.
Yep. So I truly don't want him to be like a little scaredy cat when he goes back. Like nah, like flex.
Yeah.
Flex.
Please, author, flex.
Yeah.
Don't do this. I'm just gonna run around and wait till the commotion died out. No, be the commotion.
Yep.
Buddy. Go out there and start.
Show them what.
Skilling.
And when the harem gets mad, be like, "Hey, I'm the emperor and the fiend emperor. All right, I have an imperial harem. You guys are part of it. I don't need no more bickering."
Bro, he's literally uniting the Fiend and human races right now, buddy.
Yeah, so this is a huge arc. The emperor died. The fiend emperor's been dead. Zuan is the peak power left in the world. Now, but it has clearly been stated that they don't control the whole world. They control a part of it. And so we're gonna have to either get some outside forces or maybe that Nether Gate that was found out about.
Yeah, it's time to figure out. Well, yeah, because there are monsters from other worlds.
You know, honestly, who it could be? I think it could be the Mermaid Princess, because we don't really know anything of the water, but we do know the Mermaid Princess, and like I feel like maybe something will attack from that side.
Oh, maybe.
Because like she's been kind of important. That could bring her back in the story.
No, come on.
The Nether Gate, that random ice banshee in the mountains. Those are
that's next.
Those are the 3 things I can think of that can potentially still be dangerous to Zuan. Other than that, we don't know what's happening. We don't know what's happening.
It's up for everybody.
What do you think happens?
Right now?
We have like
no idea, because who's the next enemy?
Yeah, we don't have one. Ascension? Finding out maybe
I don't think it's such a time, because their origin key's not enough.
Well, what you mean? You think they're stopping the main character?
Oh yeah, but I'm saying like
I think
you know what happens?
What?
Maybe people come down. Maybe the world gets. It's one of those things where maybe they get forced on the world, so the world upgrades.
I think he's gonna find out the secrets of the world through. I'm gonna go back to my original theory. I think like hidden powers are about to pop out. Like not like.
Well, that's kind of. I think I kind of agree with you there. Yeah. Hidden powers.
But like not from the immortal realm, but like in the current realm. Like hidden powers that are like, cause like now that he's like basically controlling the known world, like, or he should, at least in my opinion. Like he has the ability to like unite the humans.
He's in a position where
yeah. So
like, he literally just takes the Yang Juyan, who will probably be the new leader of the righteous path.
Yeah.
And Yin Jianye for the devil path.
Yeah.
And the Fiend races, and it's up. And he has beat Ling Long right behind him. So
yeah, exactly. Oh,
and the Empress.
And we also find out a little tidbit that's kind of important. Devil's Egg Mattress and Yang Junior and Stone Cold Woman are both peak Grandmaster.
Yes.
They're a step away from Earth Immortal. So a couple more midnight sessions, they'll break through.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I think we stopped at a perfect spot. They just gave back to the original world, and they're gonna. This is some big things coming. Big things coming. We don't know what they are, but big things coming.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
And this was questioned a lot, or a couple times with the novel. Mealy is hella sus.
Oh yeah.
They've basically been saying like, how do you know so much about immortals? And you can't just not just books.
Yeah.
There's no way. And she got flustered. She was like, well, I was, I read the tomb. I was like, bullshit, bro.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
There's something there, bro. There's something there. She knows way more than she's letting on.
Yeah, because she was like, why? Why? How do you know more about Earth? Know so much about Earth Immortals? Like, it doesn't make sense. Because even like your husband and like those people you talk about in the past, like
They never ascended.
Yeah, like how do you know?
Like I know, I think she was an Earth Immortal back then, and her husband was, but like, how did she shouldn't know anything beyond that? And like maybe she knows some things, but she's like knows like everything.
A lot.
Yeah. So it's like, nah, there's some questionable stuff here.
That's
So
it.
we're gonna know some stuff. This is a good read. The first 30 chapters was damper, but the last 50
Or yeah, a lot better.
recovered. They recovered hard.
It did.
It was good. It was a good 80 chapters. It was really good. We stopped, like we let it stockpile as we did. Like if I didn't see the Zohan fight in this chapters, I would have been pissed. Really, and it was like right at the end. It was like the last like 7 chapters he died in.
Yeah.
So awesome. Anything else you want to add for Keyboard Immortal? All right. Well, next week, guys, for our next week's reads, we are gonna do 9-star Hegemon Body Art. We're back with 130 plus chapters.
Oh, it's gonna be a long week.
Bro, 9-star gets blown through. I feel like.
Oh yeah.
I'm excited for 9-star. We left on it. 9-star's been popping for the last like 600 chapters. I feel like.
Yeah, and now we're about to get to
Where are we going? Where are they going to right now?
The
the Sage King convention. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just like a peak, like disciple battle.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm actually so excited to read
Yeah,
that.
because I mean, he's gonna be clapping people.
And like Dragon Blood Legion.
Yep.
Is all showing up. Mo Neon, Berry Squad.
All the squad from the Marshall Heaven Con. Everyone's gonna be there.
Yu Zifang, Sword Cultivator, who's like God.
We're getting the game back.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be amazing.
He's gonna give out Dao fruits like crazy.
Yeah. He's like, we're gonna have 1,000 triple divine veterans.
10,000.
10,000.
Actually, I don't know if it's 10,000 still.
Oh wait, we said some of them died.
Yeah, so it was 13K ish before the Immortal Realm, and I think we know at least 4,000 are alive. We don't know the total number though.
We'll figure it out.
And we'll be reading the next 50 chapters of. We'll be talking about the next 50 chapters of Beyond the Timescape because we're caught up. We ain't gonna lie to you, we're caught up. All right, so Beyond the Timescape chapters 50 to 100. How you feeling about it?
As always, elite. Elites.
It was fire. I will say, guys, a little spoiler, nothing crazy. He joins a school, and it's kind of these 50 chapters are heavily on his school, and like how he's like navigating through the school system, and I love this school system. Like,
I think it's the most. It's so different from what anything else.
It's not no regular sect.
No, it's not regular sect.
Not regular sect at all. They have like these special items that are like special to the sect and especially special to his section that he gets. I love it. You know what I'm talking about, the Dharma thing. Fire.
There's just so much new. I feel like there's a lot of innovative ideas.
Very innovative. Yeah. I love like the school thing just really caught me off guard. How they did that, like how his sect works.
How the sect works is so different from anything else.
Anything else. I don't think it could work anywhere else but in this planet because of like
the way things are. Yeah.
The way things are, and like the way the fallen god has and this isn't a spoiler, this is chapter 1. The way the fallen god has destroyed the world has really made this world so different from any other cultivation novel, because it's like. It's really just like how to stay alive. Yeah. And like no matter how strong you are, like everybody.
The apocalypse.
Yeah.
Like you have cultivators.
That's exactly what it is. I think they call it Armageddon.
Yeah.
The fallen god, is that what they call him? Or is that no? Oh, the world is called Armageddon.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. These 50 chapters are awesome. We get to see him like power up, strengthen up. I don't think I like
shoot it down.
I like how he's growing. It's not like too fast.
You know what? One thing I haven't been enjoying. Usually, I hate when they're talking about the Tao.
Yeah.
Like focusing on it, but I like it here.
Yeah. I'm surprised.
I usually find it so boring.
You do.
Because I'm just like.
You know, I'm not gonna lie. I love. The Tao is hit or miss for me. It's either like I'm like snooze fest like you, or I'm like deep into it. And I feel like usually I like Dow more than I dislike it.
Mhm.
This one was really good.
Yeah, me
I
too.
liked it. His relationships with people are further in these 50 chapters.
Yeah, it's still a little funny, but it's also a little frustrating. It's just like, yeah, this guy's so
He's dense,
crazy.
but like he just doesn't know. It's actually not even dense. It's
Yeah.
like
He also he grows a lot.
he does grow a lot these 50 chapters. He's just like those relationships with people are really important for him because he just like you know he needed to learn some stuff like how to interact with people.
Interpersonal relationships are always key, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
like, because he when he grows a lot, he learns like being just strong isn't enough.
yeah,
Like it should be your foundation, but like you need
anymore.
interpersonal skills, and he slowly kind of learns that.
Yeah, I really like that. See, he does a little. We got a little crazy little adventure. That was pretty fun.
Oh, yeah.
And bloodbaths as well. There was some bloodbaths in there too. So it was a very good 50 chats, and I want you guys to know every time you see something cool, there's no downtime.
No, there's no doubt. Because like I know for some people it's like you like the fighting and the killing and kind of like all the build up to it. Sometimes it can be downtime. I feel like there hasn't been a single dull moment in between the fighting.
Yeah, and
like everything's just important.
Yeah, and that's one thing I sometimes miss in other novels. Like I feel like I've been throwing a lot of shade the last couple weeks, and I'm gonna keep doing it. I shall see the heavens. I think that was my problem with that one.
Yo, you did. I knew it.
It's like they were throwing hands for so long, and like I felt like the in between the throwing hands was so boring. Cause I love throwing hands. Like throw hella hands in novels. Like that's really interesting, but like it can't. Like the in between the throwing hands can't just be like waiting to throw more hands, and like. I feel like the in between for this novel is really interesting. Like everything is like really draws me in.
Mm-hmm.
Like the cultivation, him cultivating, his experimenting,
his doubt,
him trying to make money to like further his cultivation.
I'm always sitting there. I'm just like, oh, I can't wait till he makes more money.
Yeah,
like,
hey?
Yo, like
I feel like it's just all really interesting.
Yeah,
I love it. So chapters 50 through 100, great. If you guys still haven't been convinced to read this, definitely read it. But if not, wait till the next 50 chapters. We'll tell you more how you should keep reading it. It's fire. Anything you want to add for Beyond the Timescape?
No.
All right. This is episode 38 of Light Novel Fiends. It's been Adamore.
Biggest gamer.
Peace.
Peace out.